Hey, I'm Lydia Isnanto, and this is Dreampreneurs Chat. It's a show where I chat with dream chasers all around the world who make their passion their paycheck, loving the risk they took and the job they do. On this show, I chat with Katia KITA, a creator of the revolutionary fitness program Get.Reinvented.
That's what keeps me going the most, really, when I see that I give value to people and they actually find it beneficial what I give to them. That's the best there is there, the reward.
We talk about her challenge as a public figure, yet nothing could stop her passion to help people living their best version and get reinvented.
For a self-made woman like me.
Welcome back to Dreampreneurs Chat Show, ladies and gentlemen, and all the listeners out there. Today we have another amazing guest. Her name is Katia KITA. She was originally from Russia and she is now in San Jose, California. So Katia, I think a lot of us, we would like to know what is your passion and your business. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, so Katia KITA is my stage name, and KITA stands for kick in the ass because everything I do has a little bit of magic kick effect to it. I believe that a lot of people in their lives, not by their nature, but because maybe there's certain circumstances or life events, they're a little bit lost, or they need a little guidance, or they need a little hand holding or pushing or kicking. I believe that when I serve that to people, it ignites them and it actually inspires them to be the best versions of themselves. So basically, my passion in life is motivating others and changing the lives of others for the best, for the better. I am a fitness professional, and I'm a personal trainer / fitness instructor / online entrepreneur who developed her own ultimate revolutionary fitness program, Get.Reinvented. And that program comes together with the trainings that are in HD quality and a perfectly paired smart meal plan. Plus, of course, my closed Facebook group where I provide daily support and daily fitness tricks, different weight loss tips, exercises to people who follow me, to people who are on my program, to people who may be just interested in fitness and starting out. So that's what I do. That's what I live and breathe. And that's my passion in life, to basically make sure that it's all, body, health, mind, and wellness connected.
So I read from your story that actually you found this passion long time ago since you were a little girl, and you found it from your father. So tell us a little bit more about that. I mean, where is the first time you originally really find out this is really what I want to do and my passion?
Ever since I can remember myself, really, like I said, 3 years old, I was already out exercising with my dad, doing some light cardio exercises, stretch, and he was always nurturing that feeling in me. And when I would obviously see him play soccer so many times, it's something that you grow up in. It's something that you cannot go without just because you see your dad, who is your icon, right? You look up to him. You see him doing that regularly and maintaining the highest spirit. He's the most positive person I know. And that's something that just grew in me. And then throughout my school years, I was on a school team for skiing. I was on a school team for swimming. And I wasn't on the school team for tennis. I was on the city's team for tennis. And I was playing for the city, for the region. But I did very well in swimming and in skiing and in tennis. So 3 sports. Swimming, I didn't like. There's something about water getting into my ears. I didn't like it much. I did it for my parents because my parents were kind of pushing, and I was good at it, so I guess that's just kind of something that stuck with me until I said, listen, enough, no more eardrops, I'm done, I cannot hear anything, I'm just done. So I quit the swim team. But for skiing, I had the personal championship in my city on that, cross-country skiing, and in tennis I did very well too. So kind of, growing through the years and practicing sports regularly, being consistent in it and seeing how that's the only thing that pretty much raises the spirit in me. It's not, the studying, it's not going shopping, it's not something like that. It's mainly sport that brings the best in me. That's the passion I felt. And throughout the years, throughout life, obviously I took a different spin and I was doing something else. I was in a different career, but the calling was always there.
So tell us a little bit more about your challenge in your this health, well-beings, entrepreneurship. The moment you start, there's no income like what you have in a corporate job. There's no a stable income that you have, but how you keep forward and you continue your passion.
So The way I did it is I had to take a part-time job in the corporate world. And while I had that corporate job, what I did is I started building my client list, people who want to personal train with me. And when I built that list long enough where I could say, okay, I have basically like 2 or 3 trainings per day, I have enough clients to fill my schedule with, then I could quit. Then it was the time for me to say, okay, I can actually do it. And then when I started being a personal trainer, so the personal trainer came to me first. And then after the personal trainer, I also studied for AFA, the group fitness instructor certification. And I picked up the job at Adobe World Headquarters, being their top leading instructor for all pretty much fitness classes. And they filled up so fast. People were actually working out in the hallway, looking through the glass window and seeing what I'm cueing, seeing the instructions I give, because that's like how popular my classes became by demand. And it was great. And back then it kind of dawned on me, okay, I think I'm doing something the right way, where it's not just the physical strength I give them, it's the mind motivation I give them. Because for people to take time out of their day and come and work out with me, and sometimes the comments I would hear is, oh my God, I'm so glad you're here today because your class is the only reason why I'm working from the job location and not from home today, because I didn't feel well. I kind of wanted to stay in and work from home, but here I am, so let's work out. And at that point, just something kind of dawned on me that, listen, I'm doing something the very right, unique way, because there are many trainers out there, but not every trainer is as inspirational as I was, because I've seen it. I've been in it long enough to know who's got the charisma, who hasn't, right? And some people just do it because they want to stay in shape. So like, let's say you have a corporate job and you just pick up a few fitness classes at night because you as a person want to stay in shape, but you don't really care for the other people. You're like, okay, I'm going to lead the class. I'm going to whip myself back in shape, and whoever follows, that's awesome. For me, it was more. For me, it was actually transforming their lifestyle, transforming their mentality to think that this is something that brings them health. So that's why I decided to develop that program that will help people on the go, people who have many excuses, people who do not find enough time or money or knowledge how to, where to, and what to do. It'll help them. It's like, think about it as a personal trainer in your pocket, available to you at any time. But that personal trainer comes with food recommendations. And the meal plan is so smart, it even gives you the healthy takeout options, because we assessed the most popular cafe chains across the United States. And we said, okay, well, this is what you can take at Starbucks. This is what you can have at Panera Bread. This is what you can take at Jamba Juice. So we kind of kill the no excuse approach right there. There are no excuses. You don't have time. There is your healthy takeout menu that you can practice to stay on my calorie intake meal plan daily.
So as a dreampreneur yourself, doing what you love, so far, can you tell us what is the biggest challenge?
One of them would be to keep up the appearance, because as a fitness person, as a public figure, when you preach to so many, like for example, my dad is right now in the hospital. He had 2 strokes in a row. And that happened on the 3rd day when I flew to see my parents. And obviously my dad and I, we have a huge bond. And for me to see him being paralyzed on the right side is not something that me or him would ever even think about. But I can't show that. Like, I can't show that to people. When that happened, I was in the middle of a fitness marathon, like online fitness marathon, and I have to motivate people. I have to preach to them. I have to lift them up from where they are if they're feeling blue and down. And here I am with my whirlwind of emotions, being sad, being upset, not knowing what to do, how to help, like what doctors we need to see, trying to logistically think about it, because I am the only kid, and they live by themselves. They're so many miles away from me, and I only was scheduled to go there for 3 weeks. Now I don't know what's going to happen. So like, you can only imagine the things that are going through my head. And here I am. This is the online business I have, and I have to ensure that I am genuine, I'm truthful, because in my business, I can't wear a mask. I simply can't. If I work out, no makeup is going to really cover up the sweat. No makeup. So like, if I work out, I can't really wear the makeup. I have to show up as my true self, with my watery eyes, because my mom and I cried for like an hour not knowing what to do. So that's like one of the big challenges, because at other jobs, you can hide it. You can wear makeup, you can kind of just put your head down, work on your computer, close the door to your office. I can't. I'm like on an open palm. for people to read. So that's one of them. Second one is competition. So my field is very highly competitive. And as you know, in the United States, people try to stay healthy, they try to stay well. And this is the whole fitness trend that has been on the market for quite a few years. And it's really, really competitive. So for you to distinguish yourself as a certain leader in a certain niche and tell people why and ensure they follow you, not the other trainer, but you, why your program, why you think they deserve to be with you, that's like one of the hardest things to convince people to be your followers, because right now everything is so available to you and accessible online. There's so many programs out there and people have a variety of choices. So when you have such a variety of choices, you think everything, you think the person who is behind it, you think the price, you think the simplicity, you think the UI of the website, you think the mobile app, everything. So to stand against people who already have the money, to stand against the people who already have it going, it's kind of like really, really hard, you know?
So what keeps you going? Like, what are the tips that motivating yourself? Like, I want to keep going by, especially you are also a mom, right?
Yeah, I'm a mom, so my daughter,
Yeah.
of course, makes me go, and she's very hyper. But when I see the results from people, the main thing, and what I tell my group, what I tell my followers usually is just, it's a two-way street. Keep it coming, guys. Keep your feedback coming. When it happened to my dad, I had to tell them. I announced it in my group, and just the bash of emotions started coming from them, and it kind of kept me going because I needed their energy back then to keep me going, to give back to them. And usually when I see the results, so before and after transformations from people, when I get their feedback, when I get their reviews, I have like over 100 reviews on Facebook. So that's like pretty great. When I think about it, for any business to get over 100 reviews on Facebook business page, that's, I think, an accomplishment, because not a lot of us can get that. So when I see that, when I read that, when I get phone calls, so I remember during one of the fitness marathons, I got a call from a lady, and she is close to retirement age. And she basically thanked me for my program. And she said, listen, girl, I live for your program. Like every day I wake up to a new training and I love it. I basically rediscovered the whole new life for me, because I am older than most of you guys in the group. I thought, okay, I'm about to give up on myself, whatever, age is going to take over and I don't have to work hard for it. But I've discovered a whole new world, and I thank you for that. And you just start tearing when you hear someone like that. You realize that, okay, you've done something remarkable enough to change people's lives. So that's what keeps me going the most, really, when I see that I give value to people and they actually find it beneficial what I give to them. That's the best there is there, the reward.
Have you ever encountered somebody who is not satisfied, you know? Like, how do you handle that in your business?
There is always a risk that somebody is not going to find your program good enough for them. However, there is a disclaimer on the website. There is a disclaimer. Obviously, the results vary, and you have to follow certain instructions for you to succeed, right? Because let's say if we're going to work out but eat pizza every day, we're not going to succeed. We're not going to get the results that we need. So really blame it on the program if you're not following the instructions. That's not really good. So I haven't had a case yet from anyone where they requested the money back. So it's hard for me to say whether people are satisfied or not. I have had the people where they would tell me, you know, your program, because my program is HIIT, it's high intensity interval training. So people would say sometimes that it could be harder on their joints. People could say that they need modifications because they cannot do burpee jumps. They cannot do certain things. However, though, in my program, we show modifications. So pretty much through the video streaming, there are modifications available. So everybody can find their fitness level applicable modification that is suitable to their level. But like I said, not even once that happened yet that somebody wanted the money. It's just that people may try it for a month, figure out, okay, well, it's really too hyper for me. I'd much rather just take it down and go to a yoga class because that suits me better. But that's really depends on the people and their results and their goals in life, what they want as far as the fitness achievements. So it's really hard for me to say like how I would handle it. I'm very customer centric. So I can only imagine that if I had people approach me and say, so your program didn't work out, we would have a chat. Why? Because I welcome any feedback. I would want the feedback, why the program didn't work out for them. What is it they're complaining about? And if the program is legit, I mean, if the complaint is legit and something like truly just didn't work out for them, I would refund the money. I have no problem doing that. But where the trainings are all in very high quality, where the website works, it doesn't fail. I mean, we have the personal cabinet available. Everything is just so simple as far as the user intuitive experience on the website. Menu, everything is just given to them. So I don't know what claim would they make that they want the money back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with the gym, you purchased the membership at the gym, you didn't go for a month, and then you come back and you say, okay, I didn't go for a month, I want my money back. So it's in fitness, it's kind of a little bit different than with other products. So like if you purchase in a pair of pants and it doesn't fit you because the size is not yours, it's different from something digital where you give people the value, you give the product, and if they didn't use it right, then the claim has to be established as the legit one to actually satisfy it. You know what I mean? But I've had people, for example, that's a good one. I've had people where they would purchase the program and the videos, they expire after a month. They would have to sign up to have the videos available to them in the personal cabinet. So I had people who would approach me and say, I purchased your program, but I got sick and I couldn't work out for so long, but the videos are going to expire in 2 weeks. What do I do? And I just extended for them. I'm like, sure, of course, like I understand. So I'm very personable and I understand that things happen. And of course, I want people to experience the full 30-day journey through the program and the benefits that it can give. So I have no problem extending that and converting them into the loyal client, you know, and appreciative one.
How you can come up with 30 days, not 60 days or 90 days, you know, like sometimes to see the result. Like it's really a good 30 days. Like, I mean, that's really very, very good. Yeah.
The results we get in 30 days are amazing. I'll tell you that. Before we launched the program, we did the trials, and the results I've seen in the trials made me astonished, actually. I'm like, wow. I mean, I expected the results, but when I saw how much people are losing on the program, how much they tone up, how a girl actually got ripped in a month, it made me just so pleased. The program is intended for 30 days for the dramatic results. However, though, then people have an option to subscribe and sign up to it so that they can stay on it every month. And then they can customize and fit their goals into this program, because the program is intended to, yes, give you the results fast and long-lasting results. Because if you stay on it, this is your long-lasting effect where you don't have to work out anymore every day. You can just maintain your weight where it's at and your physique where it's at, where you got to, by working out 3-4 times per week on this program. So that's pretty cool. And then you get to know the trainings kind of, so you can reshuffle them yourself. You can either increase the weight, you can increase the reps. So it's all customizable per your goals. What is it you want? Whether you want to get bulky, you need to increase the weights. You want to tone up and lean out, you need to increase the reps. And I tell all that to them, so they kind of know. They also get personal access to me through the Facebook group, so that's really, really good. And just go from there.
And I see you like you're a mom, and you have a strong motivation to get healthy, to create program, to really make sure your customers are great and good and well-shaped and happy and healthy, and even active in the Facebook or social media. That's like, how is that possible for you? Like, I mean, if you can give like some advice for mompreneurs out there, like what are the best advice that you can give?
It's really hard to find time for everything, and I do go through some drama periods in my life where I feel I'm a failure as a mom, because here she is running around and I got this message from a customer that I really have to respond. And I have a very high standard to myself when it comes to customers, because I take them as my VIP clients always. It doesn't matter to me who that is. I always respond. I make sure I respond because I want them to feel personalization from me. I don't want to make them feel like a Beachbody brand where there are so many already coaches working under them. There are so many people they cannot reach, and the elite coaches and the elite trainers, of course, they are not within your reach, so you cannot talk to the actual trainer. So I make a difference there. I make sure I'm approachable. So that's my biggest drama, I guess, that I have to find that balance between my daughter and between my job. What I tend to do is, again, in fitness, it's really hard to predict. Like, let's say certain people write to me and they say, I want a video of this today. I want the video of that today. Or like, something happened to my calf. Can you help me stretch it? Let's do the video on stretching. I I try to stick to the content. I try to talk to my audience to ensure I know in advance what is it they want so that I can start working and producing on that content. But sometimes things interfere. Like right now, I got sick. I'm not doing any lives right now in my Facebook group because of my voice. And especially during the training, when you have to yell over the music, it's not going to be good for them or for me. So I kind of cut down on lives right now just because I got sick. And that's the thing in fitness. If you get sick, it takes you down a bit. So how I do it, I can tell you this, guys. Any business you're in, especially if you're a dreampreneur and you're trying to run an online business, you have to have the content. Content is the key. And I have on my phone, I have an app. It's called Wonderlist, and it's like a live action list for me. So that's where I put my notes on anything that just struck me as far as the content. So sometimes I could be driving, standing at the traffic light, and a very cool idea for the content post just kind of inspirationally gets in. I write it down. I write it down because I know when things like that come to me, this is going to be a great post. This is the one that they want, and this is the one that's going to engage. So that's the tip. Like, have something next to you all the time where you can write your ideas down. I know some people use the voice memos. You can do that too. I also know that you have to have good pictures. Like that's also, especially in fitness, in the I guess in any business, depending on your product, on your service niche, you have to have good pictures of what is it you provide. So for me, that's the thing. I have to have good quality pictures of myself and my body so that people will feel inspired to follow my journey and be on the same path with me. So having great pictures actually really helps. And another thing, you have to have supporters. So you need to have a good handful of people, of your fans, of people who already follow you, who would be bringing up the spirit in the group, who would be bringing up the spirit on your Facebook business page. And because some people are shy, and especially if they just followed you or they just joined the group, they would not be necessarily going and commenting right away or asking questions. Even if they have questions, they're shy. But when you have that good handful of people who have been with you for a while, they are not shy, they know what to comment, they know what to ask, they give a certain assurance to people who are new, who just joined you, that, hey, this is a very safe and friendly space to share your feedback, to share any of your inquiries, and let's go ahead and engage. So that's good. Like, connect with your followers. That's what I can say for sure, because you know who is active, you know who is not. So of course, when we have over like probably good 50 followers, it's impossible for you to write everybody every day. But it's possible for you to stay in tune with those who are active, to stay in tune with those who you know, and you get to know them on a deeper level. You can do meetups, you can do certain rendezvous with them where you find out more about them. You get to connect with them, and that makes them trust you more. That makes you like them more, they like you more, and that brings out that bond. So connect with people who are around you, and make sure that you keep up that connection, because they don't want to see you as a star. They want to see you relatable. You need to be relatable. So when you're a mom, you have a kid, and you relate to your audience, and they see that you are real, you're not just like stroken by stardom, right, and carried away. They relate to you way more. They start a dialogue with you. They expect you to respond back, which is great.
For listeners out there who are interested to get to know you more, and like they want to know the program that you're creating, so where can they find you?
So my program, actually, I do marathons on it every so often per year. So the program is self-sufficient, and people can work out every day on their own schedule, but a few times per year, I open up online fitness challenges where we do it in my Facebook group. Why? Because it gives you extra accountability. So you guys, listeners, anybody who needs to lose weight, summer is over, but my program is open for the signups right now. I'm taking people for October Fitness Marathon Challenge in my Facebook group. It's going to be based fully on my program, but it's going to be interactive experience because we do it all together. We do it in the group, and I'm with them for 30 days. What they can do is go to my website. It's www.get-reinvented.com. And when they go to that website, there's going to be a pop-up banner already inviting them to that October 1st fitness marathon, and they can sign up there to get the info. But nonetheless, The program is available. They just need to go on that website to the shop page and select combo. Combo comes with the trainings and the meal plan, or they can choose to get only the trainings if they're on a certain diet, or they can choose only the meal plan if they already have the personal trainer. So there are options that they can choose from. So it's customizable, like I said. But they can find all the info there. They can read my story. They can read the little prompts about the trainers who are also in the program with me. They can read the logistics, how it's staggered and what it gives them. They can go through the reinvention stories, read the reviews. And people can also find me on Facebook if they just go Katia KITA and then click page, business page in the search results. It will show up, and I'm that fitness figure staying with my fingers pointing at the banner. They can find me there. I always respond. I make sure I connect with all of them. So if they have any questions, feel free, guys, to reach out. I'll be there to answer.
Thank you, for sharing your time. I know that you are sick, but you're still willing to share for the best for the audience. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you for this opportunity. It was fun.
Thank you so much for the listeners out there for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next Dreampreneurs Chat Show. Bye.
For a self-made woman like me.
This podcast is available on iTunes and other major podcast platforms. If you like this show, please subscribe and give your rating and review on iTunes. That means a lot to help the show keep going. You can also watch the video podcast series at youtube.com/Lydia Isnanto. See you on the next brand new chat. Until then, remember to share your story with someone, because you never know how one sentence of your life story could inspire others to rewrite their own.